Hi, it's Miss Dodd here, and I want to talk through this book with you a little bit before you get started reading it. So, this will be your book this week that then you'll have some questions to answer later on in the week. So, this is called Acadia National Park. So, I actually am a real fan of national parks. So, when I saw this book, I thought it would be interesting to read a little bit about them. This is a nonfiction book, which means it is real. All right, so let's go through some of these words just to make sure we know them, and then we can spot them in the book as we read through. So the first word is coast. There's a few meanings of that word, but the in this case, this word coast means probably like the shoreline. Donated, that's this word. You probably know that word or have heard that word before. So donated, like you can donate money, giving to others. Mammal is a type of animal or a group of animals. So we are actually mammals. There's a lot of different types of mammals. National park is a park that is owned by the nation and preserved by the United States to make sure that it stays in tip-top shape as best it can. Tide is the way that the water moves. So tides can change. Sometimes I'm sure you've heard of like high tide and low tide. And then tide pools are areas that just seem to have that same kind of movement, smaller areas within big, large bodies of water. All right, so this is a table of contents and a map. Those are two big nonfiction text features. So then right here, right away, you see that national park is one of the words that we talked about, and they're highlighted within the text. The other thing I enjoy doing in a story like this, or I'm sorry, in a book like this, the pictures have captions. So this says, the sun rises on Acadia's rocky coast. And that word coast, what we just talked about in words to know. This is in the state of Maine. So it says that there. The other thing that's interesting about books that are nonfiction like this one is, again, we see that coast word is highlighted, and this is actually a picture of it. But the other part to note is that there are headers, or like with the table of contents, there are different parts of the book. So this heading is land that meets the sea. And here we have some more pictures. And then we have tide and tide pools, two of those words. Here's our header, wildlife. And just as I'm looking through it and noticing the picture of a bird, there's 338 kinds of birds at the park, which is really a lot of different types. Here's a picture with a caption and also like a little bit more information about falcons. This is mammals, discussing some different mammals that live in the park. We have oh, cute little fox, baby fox, and a porcupine. And here are some more pictures talking about mammals. I think this will go into a little bit of history. George Dorr, they helped donate and create the park. And then this is conclusion, so this must be the end. Then the final part to mention or to note is that in a nonfiction text like this one, there's a glossary. So glossaries define words, like the ones we talked about. And then also glossaries say parts of speech. So if it's a noun, really these look like they're either nouns or verbs. And that is the end of our book. All right, so I hope that you read this book, and then the next time I see you, I will send some questions in a Google form or just on a Google Doc for you to answer. All right, have a good day.